And I think we've invested very much in sort of what I call ones and noughts, high-tech wizardry, cyber, where actually for the sort of fight we're seeing in Ukraine, where Russia has thousands of tanks, which don't really have any impact from the sort of cyber world, just keep on grinding through, then we need to have a balanced defence force. And I think that's perhaps what Jeremy Hunt's looking at. And when the Germans are massively increasing their defence spending, who traditionally have been very anti to that, I think it's something that we need to take a look at. And also the various capabilities. In my area, my capabilities very much on the chemical and biological and nuclear side, we've really pared that down. But actually, this is probably some of the greatest threats that certainly people in Ukraine could face over the next few weeks and months.
Hamish, to paraphrase part of what you're saying there, sort of a return to old-fashioned defence spending, the heavy armour, etc. I just wonder whether, honestly, you think there is the appetite out there now from young British men and women to serve in the way they once did, in the numbers they once did, given the pay and conditions that's involved?
Well, I don't think it's a binary thing, and I'm certainly not saying we should invest in thousands of tanks. Certainly not. I think there is a what we call a level of mass that you go below and then you cease to be effective. And I think that's what Jeremy Hunt and a lot of others, and I'm sure a lot of other old soldiers like myself are talking about, the ability to get a reasonable sized force on the ground with a variety of capabilities, be it armour, but also the high-tech stuff. As far as, the young men and women in this country wanting to serve, I think I'm always surprised how brilliant our young men and women are who serve in the military these days. And actually, I think Ukraine has brought things back into focus. So I would hope that our young men and women will serve as their foremothers and fathers did so valiantly throughout the ages. I don't think that's an issue. I think we've got to make sure that we get the right balance of force and spend our money wisely. But it's all about threat. And at the moment, the threat would suggest that we might be slightly undercooked militarily, and we should make sure that we rebalance that. And of course, the other thing is somebody like Putin, who is a bully. I think there are two things that are driving him. First of all, he thinks that the West is weak and will do nothing. And, we're all talking about chemical and biological attack at the moment. Putin saw that we did nothing when Assad killed 1,500 people in Syria in 2013 with chemical weapons. And, he is not that worried to use them now because he thinks a similar outcome would happen. And we must make absolutely certain that he changes his view on that.